G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to cover all the craziness that's going on with the heats. You guys are all talking about it. Somehow, Clix, Bizzle, and Booger have gotten into the same heat as Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite. Or have they? A lot of people seem to be really confused about how heats work and how the heats are actually seeded. So later in the video, I want to talk about whether we will see Clix going up against Tahi's team at Sweaty Sands, or whether I think the heat list is going to change. I want to first talk about the games today though, because we had our final round 4 in each of the major regions, and man, NA East especially was absolutely ridiculous. We saw Nosh, Nut, and Chucky pop off in one of the biggest ways I've ever seen. They got 224 points. They won 3 of the first 4 games. Look at this match history. This is a round 4. These are set lobbies against 33 or 32 of the other best teams in NA East. 6 elim first, 10 elim first, 7 elim second, 13 elim first. So 3 of their 4th games and their 3rd game, it went down to a heel off. They almost won it and they came in 2nd. Then they got a 6 elim 6th. Unfortunately, or I don't want to say unfortunately, in their last game, they played hyper aggressive. They pushed the team at risky outside of the Spire, which is their drop spot. They never normally do that. They went down really early because of that, and that kind of threw off what was going to be like an insane run. I'm fully convinced if they played for endgame the way they had been before that, they just set up for their Storm Surge tags and did what they do best, they could have potentially won that game as well and won 5 of 6 games with a 2nd place. Now, do I think they're going to be able to do this in the finals? I don't want to take it away from them. They played so insanely well, but there weren't many height teams in that lobby. As soon as you get maybe like Kanada's team in there, you get Stretch's team in there, you get a few more of those teams that really aggressively push height like Jack's team, it won't be as easy for them, but I don't want to take away from what was an insane performance on NA East. We also had Elite Narwhal, Elite Crunchy, and Elite Zlem take out 2 of the other victory hours that were left up for grabs, getting 207 points. And then we had the old boys, and not all old boys. We had Hoofishy in there as well, but we had Aspect and Kaz. Now, Kaz is now an 8-time finalist qualifier. He has made grand finals of FNCS 8 times, and I feel like no one talks about that. I said that a few months ago at the end of last FNCS, how Kaz is just clinically underrated, just like criminally underrated. Then we also have Sentinel's Aspect. Now, Aspect has been popping off since the skirmish days. I'm talking day 1, and he's still showing up. So those are our 3 teams that managed to make it straight through to finals on NA East. Felix, Posed, and Sparebow, I feel so bad for them. They came 2 points short. They just missed out in the final game, and that's because Hoofishy's team dropped a 12 elimination 2nd. A 12 elim 2nd for their last game to clutch up the top 3. I mean, it was an insane run. We saw Furious, Blake, and Illust as well up there right until the very end. They went down with a 3 elim 4th. If they went a little bit further, they would have clutched it up as well. NA East was so exciting. EU was equally exciting, coming down to the very last game as well. We had Artist's team take out the 1st place on 198 points. We then had Freemock's team take out 2nd on 192 on the back of some insane solo plays from Freemock. My man was absolutely popping off. And then talking of OGs on NA East, we had equally OG team on EU. We had Flocky, Clement, and Deceptos team come in 3rd place on 185, 1 point, 1 single point. Half an elimination above Loot Boy, Slender, Void, and Wolfies. So Wolfies just missing out. And I talked about in a few videos back, Wolfies is back in a big way. He made a tweet talking about how the way he tries to play Fortnite is not the way you can play Fortnite anymore. He needs to take a step back and play the game to win. He needs to stop being so aggressive, stop ego pushing, and play the game properly. And my man almost 1 point away from making it straight through into the finals. But that also means that a lot of the big names out of EU didn't auto qual into the finals. We didn't see Kami Seti Teak go up there. We didn't see Andalix's team go up there. We didn't see Benji, Fishy, Matzo, or Amplify. They are all going to be going into the heats. They did not make it straight through the finals like some of the favorites did over on NA East. Now, before I go into the rest of the region's top 3, I need to talk about heats, because there's a lot of people talking about heats, and for one big particular reason, on NA East, we have seen Clix, Booger, Bizzle, and Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite get put into Heat B. But these are not official. This is what I need to talk about. So the reason why we know the heats at all is, again, I've already explained the format so many times. I'll put a link in the description down below of a video you can go and watch that fully explains the format. But if you didn't get top 3 in any of the weeks and you didn't come top 3 in the last grand finals, you are now going into the semifinals by getting top 99 most consistent teams. Now, Epic has shared how they seed their heats. They've shown how they do it. So people like Kinch Analytics have taken the series point leaderboard that's now finalized, and they've seeded the heats based on the way Epic said they've done it. In the past, this has been correct for some heats, but in the past, it's also been incorrect. All it's going to take is for one team to officially disband or one team to get banned or stricken from the leaderboards. It's happened in the past. Teams got banned last minute for cheating, doing other things. As soon as you take one team out, that reshuffles all the heats, and just like that, Clix, Bizzle, Booga are not going up against Gabe, Tahi, Sprite. So I will be doing a full official heat breakdown once they get published, which is usually in about 3 or 4 days. If you do want to look at the unofficial heats, what they should be if no one gets disqualified, I'll put a link in the description down below to Kinch Analytics Twitter. He has all of them on his Twitter. I highly recommend checking him out. He's just an awesome dude. He puts out point predictions on his Twitter and on his Discord, where if you want to know how many points it's going to be predicted to get round 2 on NA East in FNCS, he has that. So definitely check him out, even not just for the heat lists, but that's why I'm not going to be talking too much about the heats. I had a whole bunch of you guys swing into the stream. Aussie, are you going to break down the heats? Which heat's the best? Who's dropping where? What's happening? That content is coming. I promise you it's coming, but I'm going to wait until Epic makes an official heat list, because last FNCS, if you remember, I did an entire video breaking down all the heats, who's going where, who's playing, and it changed. And then it changed 2 more times. It changed on me 3 times. I'm not making that mistake again, but it's also why I'm not getting too hyped about this Clix versus Tahi situation, because it could very easily change. All right, now welcome to everyone's favorite part of the week, when Aussie butchers every single name of all the different regions. Let's run through our top 3 across the board. We've talked about EU, we've talked about NA East. Let's run NA West, where we saw Falconer, Reet, and Chris. And now it was only last week, so many kids calling Reet washed. He's terrible. He's last place. He can't get any points. Reet is just not a good player anymore. He's not got a good team. They proved him wrong. Reet did what Reet does best. They showed up big. They got 188 points. And in their final game, Reet did not connect. So they did the last game with only a duo, because even though he crashed during the queue, it looks like Falconer and Chris still got in. It came right down to the wire. All the teams were alive at the very end. And look at this leaderboard. Glace, Domo, and Insightly. And that is Glace now back on West. He's moved away from East. In the same way, Riversun, Nathan, and Nate also got 176. It was a 2-way tie from the 2 NA East pros moving back over to EU. Unfortunately, Trashy's team just missing out. We had Sneak, Salco, and Paz just miss out as well. It was really a close race right till the very end. A lot of those teams were alive until the final moments. If we're moving on over to, we have Brazil next. We have K-Kai in San Nitro and Lord Tro in first. We had Franz, KTZ1, and JPS King. Now, I do know that name. We do have King all the way through. I'm assuming that's the King I'm thinking of. Maybe it's just a fanboy. I would have thought King's already through by now. So again, my Brazil knowledge, don't come at me. I'm sorry. It is a bit lacking. We then had Kadu, Siyun, and now that's the FaZe King. Never mind. It looks like, again, for some reason, the Brazil Kings always get me confused, but it looks like FaZe King is going through as well. So I'm surprised it took this long. Maybe I need to keep an eye on Brazil. I would have thought that FaZe King would be in by now. Either way, moving on over to Asia, we have Lettuce, Hamapi, and Wild OKN Hawk. We then have NorCal Kenshi. And then we have 5T, Zuyu, and Imperial Deb. And then we have Fordic, Pizdun, and Lena as well from Asia. Moving on over to my home region, OCE, we had Jinx, Alec, and Worthy take it out, showing up the way we should have seen them show up earlier in the season on 195, getting 6 games, 3 victory royales. So huge from them. We have Bluesy, Rip, and Mania, which is big performance by them. Pretty underrated team out of OCE. Mania's been around since day 1. Usually gets clowned on a little bit in the community for playing playing so much and not placing, but my man is up there and I want to put respect on his name. He has been grinding and looking fantastic. We had DJ, Chris, and Mars get the third place team as well. If we move on over to, last but not least, Middle East, we then had Saka's own KNDX, we had Saka's Rapid and Saka's Unit. So I don't know, the big Middle East orgs are showing up. Then we had Hulkskun, Astra's Minus, and HWR SM Som. Sorry, I'm butchering these. Cruel, something, and MSG. Man, I feel so bad. It's just, I don't know every player. I'm sorry. But those are your top 3 across the board for FNCS. It's looking exciting. OCE, there was a little bit of drama as well. I believe a team in top 3 actually got disqualified as one of the players got proven to be account sharing. I didn't want to get into all that drama. I don't like witch hunting. You guys know that on my channel, but looking at that leaderboard, one team has been stricken off and DJ, Chris, and Mars are now up there, and Repulse, Eshes, and Raikou just missed out in 4th place. All right, guys, that does it for another episode. Remember, this is the bye weekend. We have DreamHack, we have Reverse 2K Cup, we have Cash Cups, but this weekend there is no FNCS. Semifinals will be the weekend after next. I'll still be putting out my videos, but just heads up in case you weren't aware, a lot of people seem to have forgotten. There is a bye weekend, so everyone can take a bit of a break. So if you liked today's video, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on anything I talked about. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.